All right, you asked based on the new law that's banning cell phones in schools, is this a good idea? All right, based on the research of Dr. Jonathan Haidt, he's a social psychologist and NYU professor. He's become one of the more prominent voices about studying the harms of social media and smartphones. All right, he wrote a book called Anxious Generation in 2024 that I recommend you pick up. But let me just summarize it for you in general. All right, so one, when removing cell phones, he found out that we started seeing an increase in a spike in anxiety, depression, sleep problems, social issues in our teens around 2012, which happens to correlate with the start of social media and cell phones when it comes to our kids, right? And so now he's recommending that we go the other way because the outcomes have only gotten worse and worse each year. So here are the 5 benefits, according to Dr. Jonathan Haidt. All right, Haidt. All right, or Height, if I'm saying his name correctly, right? That the banning cell phones in school is going to do. One, it's going to improve mental health outcomes. He notes that rates of teenage depression doubled between 2010 and 2020 in the US, closely tracking with smartphone adoption. All right, so removing phones during the school day helps protect the brain from overstimulation, giving kids a chance to emotionally reset. So principals will tell you less exposure to online drama, bullying, social comparison, rumors, looking at psychologically distressing things in the news, like, what's going on with our president. All right. Kids don't need to have access to that 24/7. All right. So having less access to that is actually going to improve emotional stability during school hours. Number two, uh, we're finding from the studies that reclaimed attention and cognitive function. Surprise, surprise, removing the distraction box, which is paid. There are researchers who are paid to keep us addicted. How many times have you gone on the cell phone to maybe respond to a message and found yourself 30 minutes later scrolling TikTok, looking at videos that they know you like? Y'all, please pray for me. I don't know why I like looking at those backyard boxing videos. People get knocked out and then they stop it right there before they hit. I don't know why. All right, but they know what we like and they keep feeding us. They're doing the same thing to our kids. So when you remove the social media, remove the device, kids are having longer attention spans, improve classroom engagement, and that results in better academic performance. And that's according to Beelan and Murphy. And back in 2016, they did this study. So the benefit is students rebuild focus, attention regulation, executive functioning, which are all connected to constant screen exposure. All right, number three, we're actually seeing better social development and human connection. Parents, you know this. How many times have you passed a teen in the grocery store or in the community and they don't even make eye contact? Their eyes are glued to the phone, or when they don't have their phone, they feel socially awkward. All right. When we have kids that have in-person socialization, we found that with the cell phones, their ability to connect plummeted. And you see this. How many times have you invited kids over for a sleepover or a get together and found that the only way they knew how to connect was actually pull out their phones and ignore each other when they're in their face? All right. So phones should not be a substitute for a connection, but that's how kids are using them. So when they removed the phones in school, they found better conversation at lunch, better conversation before and after school and in the hallways, better improved relationships, and better interpersonal skills and empathy. See, it's easy to say something negative to someone on the phone, but it's harder to say something mean and hateful to someone's face. So the benefit is phone-free schools restore human connection, encouraging eye contact, empathy, and emotional intelligence. All right, number four, reduce sleep disruption and cognitive fatigue. Having your kids have their cell phones at night is a bad idea because all they do is scroll and it's taking away their sleep. The studies show that even having access to your phone, even looking at your phone on your desk is enough for you not to be able to focus and concentrate, right? So by reducing phone use during the day, students are less addicted and less likely to binge at night because we're lowering their addiction. All right. So indirectly, sleep is improved. All right. And brain functioning is improved because they're able to get more sleep because they're not as addicted to their phones. And then number five, long-term developmental protection. All right. So we handed children a slot machine and called it progress. That's a quote from Dr. Jonathan Haidt. All right. But what we found is that we're safeguarding their neurological and emotional development by not keeping them addicted to their phones. So the overall conclusion is that the earlier and more consistently we delay smartphone immersion, the better long-term outcomes we'll see socially, academically, and emotionally. So these are the 4 recommendations from him. No smartphones before high school, no social media before age 16, phone free schools, and more independence, free play, and real world exploration. Parents, I'm telling you what you already know. And I get it. I get it. You're going to say, but I need to contact my kid in case something happens. Listen, I have 3 kids. All right. So I understand that. But remember, when you went to school, you were able to contact your kids anyway. Kids now, I mean, parents, I mean, teachers and administrators all have cell phones on them. They actually have a coordinated system that will go out to you in case of emergency. They also have a way to reach the school, right? They have going through these protocols. They're not just saying, hey, you will not be able to contact your kids. So I get it. You wouldn't be a good parent if you didn't have anxiety. But I think what we're sacrificing and not having minute to minute access to them is that we're allowing our kids to be happier socially, improve academically, right? Get better sleep, be able to be happier at school, right? And not be distracted. All right. So I'm excited about it. I hope this video helps, and spread the word. If your school has not yet banned cell phones, ask them to get with the program and read his book, Anxious Generation, and they soon will. Take care. God bless.